Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio gang out there. Guides and spirit team, hopefully you're all doing fabulous and fantastic. Let's see what we got for Scorpio here in mid-June. We are almost in Cancer season, so we're moving right along. What do we got? What energies, messages, insights can we give to our good friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio in mid-June, please. What energies can we have a little peek at here? Guides and spirit team. Get this card out nice and quick. There it is. Thank you. Okay, beautiful. Very loving, caring, affectionate type of energy I'm seeing here. Extremely spiritual in general. There's a lot of spiritual energy around the Scorpio collective here when this card is in the mix, that's for sure. So let's just put it. We'll dive into that because there's a lot of layers to it. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So if you look at the imagery here, we have this beautiful woman in red, and she is snuggling up to that white dove, that white bird. Now, in divination and symbolism, white birds, they represent spirit. They're very angelic. It's love and light type of energy. So that's what I'm saying. For a lot of Scorpios in this time, I'm just feeling us surrounded by tons of spiritual energy, which is beautiful. So some of you might just need to know that. You might just need to hear that. And Scorpio is a very perceptive sign, very in tune with their feelings. And a lot of Scorpios have the gift. So you probably already know what I'm talking about. Now, if that's not the case, this card is about affection. So spirit might be saying like, hey, there might be someone around you that wants some of your affection. Maybe some Scorpios need affection themselves, right? And listen, as a Scorpio moon myself, you know, I always got to brag about it. I know that sometimes we could have a hard outer exterior, but sometimes we just need a big old hug, right? And I'll give you a big virtual one, but sometimes we need the real thing. But we're just going to put her down right there. It's all good. I mean, at heart, we're softies, right? We're water signs. But let's get into tarot now. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Scorpio friends. What do we got? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. And I'm going to mention the last 2 weeks have been around communication for Scorpio. All of them have been about talks and conversing. And even with all the other water signs last week, there was something about communicating that was in the mix. Now, Scorpio's reading was titled An Unexpected Talk. Know that that energy could bleed over for a couple of weeks where people are hitting you up out of nowhere. You might be having talks and conversations that you weren't expecting to have. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. When we take this out, it's for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going, though. 3 cards to start us off for Scorpio gang, please. What do we got for my dear friends? Guides and spirit team. What do we got? Scorpio in mid-June. Wheel of Fortune. There we go. That's what I like to see, my good friends. Even if it is something that's changing rapidly, changing good. I love starting off with the Wheel of Fortune. I think another sign had it this week. Let's not talk about them. Let's talk about us here, because that's amazing. I love it. Let's get a couple more. I don't want to get too optimistic just yet. You know how a reading could switch. What do we have here for Scorpio? Thank you. 2 of Wands. Yeah, I've been planning on it. I've been thinking about it. Interesting. I like this so far. Let's get one more. 2 of Wands is definitely planning something. Keep watching. 8 of Wands. Lots of action here, Scorpio. Especially if you're connected to Capricorn. I think they might have had a couple of these cards this week. Don't quote me on that. But you might want to check that out if you're linked to Cappy. Yeah, lots of fire. There's a lot happening here, Scorpio. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, I like what I'm seeing here. And, you know, every week I'm extra realistic with Scorpio because I know you guys, you just want the boiled down version of the energy. And I'm going to tell you, it's moving fast. It's moving quick. It's fiery. It's explosive. On the extreme ends with the wheel and the 8 of Wands, and two of the fastest moving cards in the whole entire deck. And with this card in here in the center that's like watching and planning, I feel for a lot of Scorpios like something coming to fruition, like something you've been working towards or something you've been planning or something that you've foreseen. It's like, okay, it's all coming together now. I don't know why it's coming through like that, but let's go through one by one and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the Wheel of Fortune, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. This is linked to Jupiter energy, so I always say it's expansive, it's protective. Remember what I said about spiritual protectiveness? It's here. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, I say that's a good luck charm. It's 4-leaf clover, so something could really go your way, swing in your fashion. And I really, really like this card for a variety of different reasons. Some of the things that we could think about with the Wheel of Fortune, it could be karmic situations. It could be the wheel of karma spinning in our lives. So some of us might be going through some changes, metamorphosis. The wheel itself moves quickly. Okay, it's not like a slow turn. It's not a slow burn. It goes like boop, 0 to 100 type of vibe. So something could change, boom, on a dime. Something could shift rather quickly. But I'm not feeling like it's necessarily a rough thing. I feel like this is a lucky break. So, I mean, I feel like it's claimable already, but hold off until I clarify it, okay? Moving to the center here, we have the Two of Wands. So more of this fiery, fast-moving type of energy, but this one is a little bit different. You see this person, it looks like they're waiting, they're watching. Now, all twos in tarot represent partnerships, decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So for some Scorpios out there, you might be at a crossroads. Do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do here? How's it going to go? But aside from that, this is a big card of strategy. It's a card of planning. So whether you're putting a plan into works or someone around you is planning something and trying to get that going, it all really depends on how it plays out. Now, I will say this when it comes to the challenges of this card, because I'm always going to give you the positive and the challenge. This card could be analysis paralysis, where somebody's stuck thinking a little too much about something, where it's like they're considering, they're thinking, they're planning, and they do that so much that something goes by. But I'm not necessarily feeling that for you, because it is fire. It does represent some sort of action and movement. So I'm liking what I'm feeling so far. Now, moving to the back end, we have another one of the fastest cards in the whole entire deck, showing its face, the good old Eight of Wands. And hey, this does not surprise me, especially when I said the last 2 weeks we've had a lot of communication energy, cards that are speaking about conversations and talks, and this is one of the biggest ones. So surprise, surprise, right? So there could be some importance around communicating and talking. But if we're not talking about that, this card is action. 0 to 100. It's fast, it's fiery, it's movement. And I mean, the challenge of it, if you want to call it a challenge, is that it's fiery, it's unpredictable, it's explosive in nature. So it's something that happens quick. So we have this, we have this, we have something coming together really quickly. So hopefully it's not rushed or anything like that. But with the energy I'm picking up here in the front end, like with this person planning in the center, and it's like, all right, well, either way I go, it's going to move fast. Like something's picking up steam and it's moving quick, and the energy's very explosive. Now, volatility, that could be good sometimes if you want to move things along, but at the same time, volatility, that unpredictable aspect, could be a little rough to deal with. I want to dive deeper on all of it though, Scorpio. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Scorpio, please, guides? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that wheel. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Wheel of Fortune time. Talk to me. What's this moving? What's this expansion? Give me a little more detail about this. Where's the wheel here? Where's that wheel in the mix? Thank you. Knight of Swords, very quick. Very, very quick. Definitely expect something to change explosively or a situation to pick up steam quick. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I was picking this up in another water sign as well. I think possibly the Pisces collective. So the Knight of Swords, again, another one of the fastest moving cards in the whole deck. The only one we're really missing here is like the Chariot and maybe Judgment, maybe the Tower. This is the level of power that we're picking up here in these. So I'm telling you this, Scorpio, if you've been like stuck in regards to anything, now is a great time to move stuff forward. Now is a time to get unstuck if you are stuck. But the Knight of Swords can be a bit combative sometimes. It's just very, very fast moving. So when we put two of the fastest moving cards together, you see what I mean? That's either an explosive change or just one that changes suddenly. And hopefully it's for the best. Now, I guess it all depends on what your story is and what it is you're going through. But I would expect the situation to like flip quick. Like it's very, very fast moving here. I'm not feeling too much combativeness. I feel like you can go with the flow here, even if it's something that's not easy. And I'll say this, out of all the zodiac signs out there, the ones that I do most personal readings for is the Scorpio collective. And one thing I know about Scorpio, aside from my own placements, it's a very adaptable sign. Some people say it's not true, right? Scorpio is a fixed sign. How can it be adaptable? From my experience of Scorpio energy, you could roll with stuff like this. You could roll with these punches, whether good, bad, or indifferent, you got it. So let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We're not going to go too far off on a tangent, but once again, there could be something that flips quickly. You know, change, explosive change. It's just really quick. Let's go to that Two of Wands. And I don't know why I feel like some of you, it's like, excellent. Okay, it's coming to fruition. Take that for what it's worth. But let's see why that Two of Wands is here. Why is the Two of Wands in the mix? Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse underneath this Two of Wands. Okay. Now, I don't want to say this is reckless. Okay, so you just take this for what it's worth. But this is someone saying, like, you know what? If there are consequences, I'll deal with them. If there is fallout, I'll deal with it. Like, it's not avoidant at all. But when I see the Two of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's like, all right, something needs to switch here. Something's not fully working. Let's uproot this. Let's switch things up here, and I'll deal with the fallout. It doesn't matter. It's like giving me that type of energy. So maybe for some of you, there is somebody that you're connected to where they're a little reckless in their ways, where they don't really care about the consequences. Or there is something that you are dealing with where it's like, consequences be damned. It's like, all right, well, I know what direction I want to go. I know what I want. Like, I'm very cognizant of that. If there's fallout, if there's consequences, so be it. And I don't know why it's giving me this energy this week, Scorpio, but it is what it is, right? Now, the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, you might be linked to an earth sign, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and when it's in reverse underneath the Two of Wands, maybe you're dealing with an indecisive earth sign. That's very possible, where it's like they're dragging their feet, like you're ready to do something, they're dragging their feet. Watch out for somebody trying to delay you in one way or another, or to like pump your brakes, because that's another thing I'm seeing here. We have such fast movement, and someone like, oh no, slow. So let's keep moving. Just to reiterate, I feel someone here not caring about the consequences of something, but at the same time, I also feel someone trying to delay something. So let's keep moving over to that Eight of Wands. Interesting. Two totally different energies. So let's see why the Eight of Wands is here. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So talk to me about this Eight of Wands. What's that Eight of Wands here? Okay. Page of Cups. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Someone wants to talk to you. And I told you, it's been showing up for weeks, like 2 weeks in a row for Scorpio. Now 3. Other water signs. Like, I don't know what there is about this water sign energy that could be very magnetic. So just know, like, you could really be just pulling people towards you. And everyone knows there's a couple of zodiac signs that are extremely magnetic that just seem to pull things and people and situations to them. And Scorpio is one of them. So when I see the Eight of Wands with the Page of Cups, a card that could represent you, it's like you're pulling this energy to you. So a lot of you might be manifesting things. You might be manifesting people, because to me, it's like, all right, well, you wanted it, here it comes, or here they come. Because I feel like, remember I said in the beginning, we have this person in the middle, all this stuff is happening around them. It's like pulling it in. So just know you're manifesting something big. So of course, this could be a conversation that you're wanting to have with someone, or vice versa. But the main thing I'm picking up here is that Scorpio magnetism is really kicking back up. So you're pulling things, situations, and people towards you, whether you realize it or you don't. It's just come through in a strong way. Now, pages, they represent new, someone who's speaking their feelings. Maybe there's someone that wants to get something off their chest, right? Or there's someone that's venting to you in one way or another. I'm just getting so much intense energy in this mix. So just know you're in a mode and place where you're just pulling a lot of things towards you. And here it comes, or here they come, ready or not. That's like the vibe this is giving me. So let's go through and do a quick recap here, Scorpio. Extremely intriguing energy this week. I think a lot of us are going to have pretty cool weeks, to be honest with you, depending. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, I have the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Swords. One of the fastest combos there are. It's very expansive. It's really good. So I feel something switching real quick, or something moving in really, really fast. I did say it could be an explosive change. So whether it's a change in someone's behavior or change in the situation, I feel like it's good though. I feel like it's really good and it happens really quick. Into the center, we have the Two of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I did say, yeah, maybe there is someone, whether an earth sign or not, that's like kind of trying to slow things down, like, oh, slow down, like delaying a little bit. But another thing I'm picking up here is someone saying, I don't really care about the consequences at this point. Whatever happens, happens. So you call that reckless if you want. Maybe it's just someone who sees things realistically. Onto the back end, we have the Eight of Wands with the Page of Cups, someone wanting to catch your ear, grab your ear, or talk to you. And I've been seeing it for weeks and weeks for Scorpio. Like, I feel the magnetism kicking back up again, where you're pulling people and things and situations towards you like really quickly. So I said, like, ready or not, here they come type of energy, because there's people. Notice all the clarifiers: people, people, people. We have every single element out here as well. So it's like, it's all coming in. So do what you will with that, Scorpio. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's get you a shadow card. What do we got in the shadows for Scorpio, please? Guides and Spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out here. What do we got in the shadows for Scorpio? Give us a little more information, please. Good, bad, or indifferent. What do we got? Okay. Thank you. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, good. So all this energy that I was picking up and seeing and feeling, I feel like it is actually leaning positive, heavily positive for a lot of us in this time. So the Ace of Pentacles, to me, as with all aces, represents offers and opportunities. And the fact that it's in the shadows is saying, like, hey, you got something coming up that you don't quite see. It will be your decision if you're going to take this offer or opportunity, but it feels like a golden one. There's a lot of potential attached to it. Another thing I'll say, yeah, these are, again, cards of communication whenever we have the ace, but as a shadow card, there's a skepticism attached to it. So, I mean, in this time, listen, Scorpio's known for their discernment, not jumping right into stuff. So when I see this as a shadow card, yeah, be skeptical of people and things that come into your life at this time. But there might be something coming in that you can trust and you can put your faith in. So this feels nice. And yeah, Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, my digital calendar is open on mastermetaphysics.com, so go ahead and check that out. And if you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this weekend's readings. But for the June subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments if you could snap your fingers and visit anywhere in the world right now. Where would it be? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.